We will start with our next speaker, Vinicius Caram. He's a superintendent of ANATEL. So Vinicius, sorry for the change in order. We hope you are ready.
Good morning. Thank you for the invite. I'm very great to be here and discuss about the Wi-Fi 6E. I'm very happy to announce that Brazil, I think, turned the discussion, turned this page when we discuss about the part of spectrum that will be available for Wi-Fi 6E. Brazil have decided for 1.2 gigahertz for whole band 6 giga for Wi-Fi or restrict radiation. So my message here now is to discuss what are you going to do? In simple words before the presentation. We are here today for a different cause. Over the spectrum discussion, we are here to change the course of history. Why I'm saying that? Now we need to show the decision we made was correct. Now we need business models, business plans for Wi-Fi 6E networks, in particular outdoor applications. I think Brazil was one of the first countries that started a trial using Wi-Fi 6E here in São Paulo. Was a very good trial. We achieved 1 gigabit per second in the street of São Paulo. But we need more, need solutions integrators that servers not only for B2C, but we must try for B2B solutions, offload of mobile, and we are responsible for change our country. My position here for ANATEL is creating an ICT digital plan for whole country. 2 days ago, I was in Coldplay show. I was very upset because I couldn't use my network. Unbelievable. None of the mobile operator could send one SMS, no WhatsApp message, no photo. Unbelievable. Maybe Wi-Fi 6E in stadiums, in airports, in another infrastructure can help us. And we need some model. We need to improve the GDP for the Brazil and for the final enterprise. Another question, our backbones infrastructure are secure and appropriate to guarantee this new model of Wi-Fi 6E? We are preparing for cybersecurity. We have a group discussing a lot, but I really don't know. And a good question, and I hope you can help us here in Brazil, how to reduce the price of the equipment, of the terminals. I can't pay 2,000 reais for a router. Imagine the poor people from Brazil. How to bring immersive and metaverse solutions once and for all. We need it for now. ANATEL has finalized part of our process. Now we are going to move on for stand power. Probably we will prepare a public consultant to prepare the stand power. It's able now to use LPE and VLPE, very low power indoor. And now we must go on for outdoor solution and prepare conditional technical commitments for stand power. Do you really need a database, for example, for AFC to start the process? It's a question. We start outdoor service in São Paulo without AFC. Do we really need a database? I want we are very efficient and would like to share the spectrum maximum. ANATEL will not let systems and companies interfere with each other. But market signalize that we are very, very limited options and solutions. So let's continue now for the small presentation. So the future of Wi-Fi, Marta signalized me that it's not the future of Wi-Fi, Wi-Fi 6E, but it's the future of Wi-Fi. I consider Wi-Fi 2.4, 6.8, and 6 gigahertz like a whole solution. We have some international discussions to use all these whole frequencies, 6.4 to 7.1 gigahertz for discussion in ITU. Brazil have already decided, and we implemented in 2021 the condition to operate the LPI, low power access point, operation with 5 dBm, with PSD, RP, and 30 dBm with RP, with limit of 320 megahertz channels, and LPI using 1 dBm megahertz and 24 dBm for RP, limit with 320 megahertz channels. Operation very low power indoor with 70 dBm, LPI but power very low. Device LPI must be connected direct to electronic. Battery cannot be used. Don't detach the antenna. Antenna must be inside and may not have weather protection. And maybe you must demand this for outdoor solutions. Until now, we have 21 model of cellular terminals certified by ANATEL, and 45 models of another equipment, transceptors, routers, and others. Along last year, we complained a lot with the sector. Where are the equipments? When the equipment will arrive to Brazil to implement the certification and guarantee that these products will be sold. So the numbers start to increase. It's a good news for everybody. We prepare a public consultant, make some subsidies during 90 days. We closed the contribution 24 last month. 25 different entities contributions for information, and this I can call the pillar of the contribution was frequency range of operation, the maximum power, and the number of AFC system. So we can conclude our subsidies using the maximum power to be used for outdoor access system. The vast majority of contribution propose the adoption of 36 dBm as the maximum RP power. Some of the contribution additionally suggest the adoption of a maximum RP spectrum density of 23 dBm. Regarding the sufficiency of the data contained in ANATEL database. The contributions present were positioned for the most part, indicating that the existing parameters in the base of ANATEL would be sufficient for consultation by the system. However, they make the reservation that the database must be updated in reliable data. For what in discussion with the market, with ISP, we check that only few group of people and from the businessmen know exactly how IFC works. So we prepared this just to show us how, in very few words, how it works. We have the standard power access point for the customer, or maybe outdoor. We must prepare the IFC system using a web unit interface. We need to use the AFC data, connect with ANATEL data, with regulatory database. So we check the best spectrum and channel that the equipment can use and establish the link. If we check that the channel is available, is clean, it's operate. If you check that the channel is not clear, you don't use the correct channel. So the AFC system will be inquired by the access point about each channel would be available in the area of interest. After consulting the ANATEL database and performing the necessary calculations, the AFC system will inform the access point which channel will be able to transmit. Another point of the contribution regarding the communication between the FC system and the outdoor access point, frequency that must be used. So the majority of contribution proposed that a query be made to update the line occupation every 24 hours. I don't know if it's really necessary, but it's a condition that they show us. The measure in case of measures in case of failure to consult the FC, when FC drop down, what's going on, the equipment will stop or not. When we discuss about the qualification and operation of FC system, the most relevant question was who will operate the FC system, permission for operation of multiple entities. Most of the comments suggest that ANATEL should allow the operation by multiple entities, not about one. We don't know yet. 3 contributions suggest that ANATEL must assume the control, the role of sole AFC. How the entities responsible for NFC system could fund in operation, and another position from the sector. We have already discussed this. We have in Brazil almost 13,000 terrestrial station point-to-point that can be have some problem of interference. But if I share this, hold this access point or links in Brazil, we have a map. So for example, in Acre, we have only 62 stations could be interference for 6 gigahertz system. My question is, do we really need the FC system to control a whole unit of Brazil? Why not start using Wi-Fi 6 outdoor tomorrow? I don't have interference problem there. For example, only 62 mini links in incumbent. In another state of Brazil, the same. São Paulo, I agree, is very difficult. Rio de Janeiro, Minas. But we have some countries, maybe a mix, a hybrid solution that combine listen before talk or FC. I don't think we need a FC complete for whole country in some parts of Brazil. Why I'm doing this question? Because I want the Wi-Fi 6 start outdoor, start tomorrow. Not when the FC will be prepared. In discussion with FCC, USA, and other country, probably the FC system will be finished maybe next year. And Brazil want to provide Wi-Fi 6 outdoor this year. Maybe in some parts of country, some cities, some trials. I really don't know. Depends from the business plan model, but I believe it's possible. So we did the outdoor trials in São Paulo. Qualcomm carried out outdoor tests with Wi-Fi 6E using 6 gigahertz range. The initiative was collaboration between Qualcomm, Cambio Networks, and Telium. To carry out tests, we authorized the frequency using the temporary use of radio frequency we call UTE. In the test, Qualcomm used the AFC system as well as Cambio 6 gigahertz access point equipments. So the results of test, I said before, we achieved almost 1 gigahertz bits per second in download and 600 megabits per second in upload with latency lower than 5 milliseconds. So a great result. We believe that Wi-Fi 6E could be a new competitor in the market. Maybe we would like to test the integrated between Wi-Fi outdoor networks, maybe for a kind of mobility, like a handover between Wi-Fi networks. And we know that Wi-Fi have a great value. We can generate, for example, movement $4.9 trillion until the next of 2025. With Wi-Fi 6E, so we have a potential to have significant impact on user experience, consider such as high bandwidth services, immersive experience. I believe that is maybe the main key application to start the system, the virtual extended reality, XR, sophisticated augmented reality applications for education, service provider. We in Brazil have more than 20,000 providers that want to use different and more modern equipments to your customers. And the study conducted by Wi-Fi Alliance indicates that Wi-Fi is expected to contribute nearly $5 trillion for economy global until 2025. And in Brazil, we expect for next years the amount of $124 billion. So this was to present. Thank you. Thank you for inviting.